Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Show. The 2025-26 NBA schedule is out. We are going to hit on what we usually hit on, which is the games, the first week, all of them, all the national games, notable rivalry games or homecoming games or playoff rematches and all that jazz. So, without further ado, here we go. So the season begins October 21st. Opening night on NBC and Peacock, Rockets Thunder. I think that's appropriate. Kevin Durant back in Oklahoma City. The night that the Thunder get their rings. And the Rockets with Durant are a contender in the West. I don't think Durant's the same guy as he was with the Thunder and Golden State, but I think on this Rockets team, it should work because of the depth they have and the coach. And then 10 o'clock on NBC and Peacock is Warriors-Lakers. That's just nepotism towards the stars, with Curry and LeBron and Luka and Jimmy Butler and Draymond. I think that it should have been Cavs, Knicks, and Denver OKC for opening night. But the Rockets, I don't mind in there. They were good last year, and they added Kevin Durant, so I like that pick. But I think, like I said, it should have been Cavs, Knicks, and Thunder hosting Denver. All right, Wednesday, October 22nd, 7 o'clock, ESPN. Speaking of Cavs, Knicks, here you go. Again, this is ESPN Mike Breen nepotism with the Knicks. Like, come on. So, maybe the league fought for, could we get the East? And obviously NBC gets the ring game now that TNT doesn't have it anymore. But ESPN's coverage is going to be better now that they have got Inside the NBA. So at least those guys will still be around. Also on the 22nd, Nets, Hornets, Heat, Magic. That could be a good game. Raptors, Hawks at 7:30. Sixers, Celtics. Any other year that probably would have had an ESPN spot or a TNT spot, but nope, not this year. 8 o'clock, Pistons, Bulls. Pelicans, Grizzlies. Wizards, Bucks. 9 o'clock, Clippers, Jazz. 9:30, ESPN, Spurs, Mavs. That's a good game. Wembanyama against Luka. 10 o'clock, Kings, Suns. T-Wolves, Blazers. Thursday, October 23rd. ESPN has Thursday nights now. Is that for good? We're going to find out. Do they lose Fridays? Thunder, Pacers. That's the finals rematch. That's good that ESPN got that. So you would think Mike Breen would be in New York and Indiana back-to-back nights, unless if the Knicks are playing the second of a back-to-back. Well, side tangent, I wonder who the Knicks backup play-by-play announcer is going to be now that Kenny Albert's the permanent TV voice of the Rangers. And also on ESPN on the 23rd is Nuggets Warriors. That's a good game. Jokic against Steph. Friday, October 24th. So Hawks Magic. On Prime Video. So Amazon has Friday nights now. Celtics Knicks. That would have been a better game if Tatum was healthy. Now not so much. Still a playoff rematch though. Hawks Magic, by the way, could be a good game. Also 7:30, Cavs Nets. Bucks Raptors. 8 o'clock, Pistons Rockets. Heat Grizzlies. Spurs Pelicans. 8:30, Wizards Mavs. 10 o'clock on Prime Video, T-Wolves Lakers. That's another playoff rematch. Warriors Blazers. Jazz Kings. 10:30, Suns Clippers. Saturday, October 25th, 7 o'clock, Bulls Magic. 7:30 Thunderhawks could be okay. Hornets 76ers, 8 o'clock Pacers Grizzlies, 9 o'clock Suns Nuggets. Sunday, October 26th, 2 o'clock Nets Spurs, 3:30 Celtics Pistons, 6 o'clock Bucks Cavs, Knicks Heat, Hornets Wizards, 7 o'clock Pacers T-Wolves. That's a good one. 7:30 Raptors Mavs, 9 o'clock Blazers Clippers, Lakers Kings. All right. Now we're in the week 2 of the season, so notable games, return games, rematches, and all the national games. So October 27th on Peacock, Cavs Pistons. Good game. Good game. 2 of the best 6 teams in the East, so that's pretty good. Magic Sixers would have been good, but it could be. Nets Rockets, so that's like the Harden Durant history bowl there. 8:30 Thunder Mavs. You would have thought that would have been on national TV. Oh wait, Luka's not on the Mavs anymore. Well, Anthony Davis in the Mavs. I keep forgetting Luka's on the Lakers. Because I think I did say Luka against Wemby. It would have been Luka against Wemby if Luka wasn't traded, so I apologize for that. Like, in my head, and obviously I just said that as a joke. Because, I think it's stupid that they traded Luka. 9:30 Peacock, Nuggets, T-Wolves. That's a good game. Playoff rematches from the past. Grizzlies Warriors has a chance to be good. That's on League Pass at 10 o'clock. Tuesday, October 28th. 8 o'clock on NBC, Knicks Bucks. So I guess NBA on NBC will be Tuesdays. And maybe they move the Thursdays. I'm surprised that ESPN had a couple Thursday games competing against football. But I know TNT had the first Thursday every year going up against football, but that's different. But we'll see. So Knicks Bucks, that's a good game for NBC. And then the other one at 11 o'clock, Clippers Warriors. That again's like living in the past kind of game. Wednesday, October 29th, 7 o'clock on ESPN, Cavs Celtics. That would have been a good game if Tatum was there. Magic Pistons could be good. But what I really should have said when we were talking about Mavs Spurs, Cooper Flag against Wemby. Right. Cooper Flag. Because I just passed Pacers Mavs. That is Cooper Flag against the Pacers. Oh, wait. That stinks because Halliburton's not there, obviously. 9:30 ESPN that night, Lakers T-Wolves playoff rematch. Thursday, October 30th. No national games. I guess it was just the first week, even though it's against football. Warriors Bucks is blast from the past kind of game. So on Halloween, the Emirates NBA Cup, Group A, Hawks Pacers. Group B on Prime Video, Celtics Sixers. That's twice that those two teams face off in the first month of the season. Group A, Raptors Cavs. Group C, Knicks Bulls at 8. 9:30 on Prime Video, West Group B, Lakers Grizz. 10 o'clock, Group A, Jazz Suns. Group C in the West, Nuggets Blazers. 10:30 West Group B, Pelicans Clippers. So now I just have the full regular season schedule pulled up. Is Emirates included in this? Let's see. Yes. So Saturday, November 1st. Warriors Pacers is that night at 7. Rockets Celtics at 8. That's the Ime Udoka Bowl. On Peacock at 10 o'clock from Mexico City, Mavs Pistons. So early takeaways so far. Peacock is Mondays, NBC's Tuesdays, ESPN's Wednesdays, Amazon's Fridays. We haven't seen any ABC yet, but we usually don't get the ABC until now with the Emirates Cup. Some of the games are on ABC, and then like the championship game would be on ABC. And I think there usually is one ABC game on a Saturday night before Christmas, and then obviously Christmas. Sunday, November 2nd, Hawks Cavs is that night at 6. Bulls Knicks is at 7. Heat Lakers 9:30. November 3rd, Monday, 7 o'clock on Peacock, T-Wolves Nets. Why are the Nets on Peacock? The Will Hardy Bowl, 7:30, Jazz Celtics. 8 o'clock, Mavs Rockets, so it's KD against AD. Tuesday, November 4th, the NBC Peacock, Orlando, Atlanta. Not bad. Not a bad game. Both those teams could be two of the best 6 of the East. And then 11 o'clock on Peacock, Thunder Clippers. Why is there 11 o'clock and not 10:30? They should have done 7:30 and 10:30 for these games. Wednesday, November 5th. Oh, we have Sixers Cavs. I don't see an ESPN game yet. Maybe. Oh, here we go. T-Wolves Knicks. So Julius Randle back at MSG. Could have been the finals last year. Rockets Grizzlies is 8 o'clock that night. 10 o'clock on ESPN Spurs Lakers. So you have. This is actually Wemby against Luka. There's only one game on Thursday, November 6th, and that is Clippers Suns. Friday, November 7th, Emirates Cup, Group B, 7 o'clock, Celtics Mavs. Or Magic. East Group A, Cavs Wiz. East Group A, 7:30, Raptors Hawks. East Group B, Pistons Nets. West Group C on Prime Video at 7:30, Rockets Spurs. East Group C, 8 o'clock, Hornets Heat. West Group B, Mavs Grizzlies. East Group C, Bulls Bucks. West Group A, Jazz T-Wolves. 10 o'clock on Prime Video, West Group C, Warriors Nuggets. West Group A, Thunder Kings. Saturday, November 8th. Let's see if there's any good games here. Bulls, Cavs, Lakers, Hawks. Could be something. Pacers, Nuggets would have been if Halliburton was healthy. 10:30 on ESPN, Suns, Clippers. That's a random one for a Saturday night. It's I guess no Pac-12 after dark that week. Or no 10:30 late game. Sunday, November 9th. 3:30 is Rockets Bucks, so it's KD against Giannis. Celtics Magic's on at 6. Playoff rematch Thunder Grizzlies at 6. 7:30 is Pistons Sixers. So Monday, November 10th, what's Peacock's game? Wizards Pistons. Ooh, that's a disaster. Oh my God. I don't know why the Wizards are there. The Pistons, good for them. But the Wizards, give me a break. It's not like Cooper Flag's on the Wizards. Blazers Magic could be a sneaky good League Pass game. 7:30 is Cavs Heat. That's the LeBron Bowl. That should be the Peacock game. Cavs Heat. 8:30 is Bucks Mavs. That's more tolerable on Peacock than that other game. 10:30 is Hawks Clippers. Tuesday, November 11th. Grizzlies Knicks is 7:30. Peacock and NBC. Celtics Sixers. So, the funny thing about that, that's 3 times in the first month and a half of the season where those two teams are going to play each other. Warriors Thunder's on at 8. That's a good one. And then the nightcap on NBC and Peacock is Nuggets Kings. I don't know why Sacramento is on national TV, but here we are. November 12th. That's a Wednesday. ESPN is Magic Knicks at 7. Cavs Heat again that night. Warriors Spurs is that night at 8. And then 9:30 ESPN's Lakers OKC. So LeBron and Luka at the Thunder. Mavs Suns is that night too from Dallas. That would have been a better game a year ago, if not 2 years ago. And that's an old playoff rematch too. Denver Clippers is a playoff rematch from this year. From last year. That's a good game. Thursday, November 13th. Mediocre slate that night. The best game. God, all these games are horrible. Raptors, Cavs, Pacers, Suns, Hawks, Jazz. Pacers, Suns would have been the best one if Halliburton was there, but he's not. Emirates NBA Cup, Friday, November 14th. East Group C, 7 o'clock on Prime Video. Heat Knicks. East Group B, Nets Magic. 7:30 East Group B, Sixers Pistons. 8 o'clock West Group C, Blazers Rockets. East Group C, Hornets Bucks. West Group A, Kings T-Wolves. West Group B, Lakers Pelicans. 8:30 West Group B, Clippers Mavs. 9:30 Prime Video, West Group C, Warriors Spurs. Saturday, November 15th. Nuggets T-Wolves is that night. That's a playoff rematch. That should be on national TV. That's a good game. Sunday, November 16th. Magic Rockets at 7 is a good one. November 17th. On Peacock at 7 o'clock, Bucks Cavs. That's a good one. Pacers Pistons would have been good with Halliburton. Clippers Sixers is polarizing. That's Paul George against his old team. 7:30's Knicks Heat could be good. Mavs T-Wolves, old playoff rematch, but not really now that Luka's not there. Tuesday, November 18th. Warriors Magic's a good one. But at Peacock and NBC, Pistons Hawks. That's a good one for the East. So that's the second time the Pistons are on the Tuesday on NBC. Grizzlies Spurs is that night. That's Wemby against John Morant. Not bad. And 11 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Suns Blazers. Wednesday, November 19th, Rockets Cavs. That's a good one. Surprised that's not on national TV because what it is. Oh, blast from the past. Warriors Heat. What a surprise. And then 9:30 ESPN's Knicks Mavs. So Brunson back in Dallas. Thursday, November 20th, so that's the Thursday before Thanksgiving. Clippers Magic isn't a bad game. Sixers Bucks would have been better 2 years ago. That's an 8 o'clock game. Hawks Spurs could be sneaky good as well. Friday, November 21st, Emirates NBA Cup, East Group B, 7 o'clock on Prime Video, Pacers Cavs. 7:30 East Group B, Nets Celtics. East Group A, Wizards Raptors. 8 o'clock East Group C, Heat Bulls. 8:30 West Group B, Pelicans Mavs. 9 o'clock West Group A, T-Wolves Suns. 9:30 Prime Video, West Group C, Nuggets Rockets. That's a really good game. 10 o'clock West Group A, Thunder Jazz. West Group C, Blazers Warriors. Saturday, November 22nd. 5 o'clock Knicks Magic. That's not bad. Pistons Bucks could be okay. It's an 8 o'clock game. Grizzlies Mavs could be okay. 8:30. Sunday, November 23rd. Talk about this game would have been better 3 years ago. 1 o'clock Heat Sixers. 6 o'clock is Clippers Cavs. That's good. Monday, November 24th. That's usually Peacock. Yeah, 7 o'clock Cavs Raptors. League Pass is Mavs Heat. Surprised if NBA TV hasn't come up yet. Isn't that weird? They're not airing games anymore. Nuggets Grizzlies could be good that day. Oh, 9:30 on Peacock. Here we go. Rockets Suns, the return of Kevin Durant in Phoenix. Tuesday, November 25th, Emirates NBA Cup, East Group A, Hawks Wizards. 8 o'clock, NBC and Peacock, East Group B, Magic Sixers. Probably would have been better. If this was, we knew Joel Embiid was healthy and that team was better. And then 11 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, West Group B, Clippers Lakers. Wednesday, November 26th, Emirates NBA Cup, East Group B, Pistons Celtics. That's at 5 o'clock on ESPN. That's weird. 7 o'clock East Group C, Knicks Hornets. 7:30 East Group C, Bucks Heat. East Group A, Pacers Raptors. On ESPN, West Group A, Timberwolves Thunder. That's a good one. Western Conference Finals rematch in the Emirates. 8 o'clock West Group B, Grizzlies Pelicans. And then 10 o'clock on ESPN, West Group C, Rockets Warriors. That's a good one. That's KD against Golden State. West Group C, Spurs Blazers. West Group A, Suns Kings. All right, Black Friday. More Emirates NBA Cup. So, obviously the Black Friday games are going up against the NFL game. Actually, no, they're not, because the Black Friday game's at 3 o'clock. So, good job by the NBA for this. 7:30, East Group A, Cavs Hawks. East Group B, Sixers Nets. East Group C, Bulls Hornets. East Group B, Magic Pistons. East Group A, Wizards Pacers. East Group C on Prime Video, Bucks Knicks from MSG. 9:30 West Group A, Suns Thunder. West Group C, Spurs Nuggets. West Group A, Kings Jazz. 10 o'clock on Prime Video, West Group B, Mavs Lakers. So, AD back in LA. West Group B, Grizzlies Clippers. Saturday, November 29th. Celtics T-Wolves would have been good if Tatum was there, obviously. Pistons Heat at 8 o'clock could be okay. 9 o'clock Nuggets Suns would have been better a couple years ago. 10 o'clock Mavs Clippers. That's still pretty good. Cooper Flag against the Clips. And AD against the Clippers, obviously. Sunday, November 30th, 6 o'clock that night, Celtics, Cavs. What could have been? Hawks, Sixers isn't bad. Spurs, Timberwolves, 7 o'clock's a good one. That deserves a shout. Monday, December 1st. What's the Peacock game? 7:30, Bulls, Magic. Ugh. Big market favoritism with the Bulls. Hawks, Pistons is a better game, but that got a big NBC spot, so that already had its moment. But the game that should have been is Clippers, Heat for Peacock. That's a better game. Mavs, Nuggets is the 9 o'clock that night from Denver. And 10 o'clock on Peacock, Suns, Lakers. So, Devin Booker and the Suns against DeAndre Ayton. So it's Ayton against his former team, and LeBron and Luka. Tuesday, December 2nd. Who's on Big NBC? Would have been a better game if Jason Tatum was there. Knicks, Celtics, playoff rematch. And it's funny because that's also an Amazon game, and I think it's in Boston, too. And then 11 o'clock is Thunder Warriors. That's a good one. Wednesday, December 3rd. Spurs, Magic's that night. Clippers, Hawks. No ESPN. There's something going on that night. Maybe it's college football or college basketball, maybe. That night. That's probably why. There's probably something called like the Jimmy V Classic or something like that going on. Thursday, December 4th. Not a lot of games. Best one on the board is probably 7 o'clock Warriors Sixers. Friday, December 5th on Prime Video at 7 o'clock, Lakers Celtics. That's usually like a Saturday night ABC game. And then TNT used to get the other one. So Celtics are getting respect on national TV even without Tatum. Heat Magic could be a good game that night. 7:30 is Nuggets Hawks. That could be good too. And then Suns at the Rockets. So Jalen Green back in Houston. That's not on national TV. Sixers Bucks would have been better 2 years ago. 9:30 Mavs Thunder. So that's Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis against the champs. Saturday, December 6th. Warriors Cavs at 7:30. Clippers Minnesota's 8 o'clock. And then 8:30 is Rockets Mavs. Sunday, December 7th. That's a good. The Knicks have a good matinee matchup at home against the Magic. Lakers Sixers is 7:30. There's usually not national games on Sundays in the NBA until after the Super Bowl. Because they want to go head-to-head to the NFL. Monday, December 8th, 7 o'clock on Peacock, Kings Pacers. Oh, that's a crap game. Suns Timberwolves is 8 o'clock that night. And then 9:30 on Peacock, Spurs Pelicans, so Wemby against Zion. So the two quarterfinal games on Tuesday, December 9th, will both be on Prime Video for the Emirates. And then same for December 10th. And then Saturday, December 13th, neutral site. I thought it was in Vegas. I mean, there were some rumors that it might be at Madison Square Garden, which if that's the case, you know who's going to freaking win the Emirates Cup. Come on. So Amazon has the semifinals on Saturday, December 13th. And then the championship will probably be the following week. And then they will schedule games, I think, the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday around the teams that didn't make the quarterfinals. Like, they'll just I think randomly pick out of a hat or whatever. So December 17th, that's a Wednesday. 4 games. None of them are on national TV. Best one on the board is probably Clippers Thunder. December 18th. This is when we're going to start seeing, like, Thursday night NBA on national TV. Maybe a little after. Once the playoff starts, like, probably January. Best game on the board. Is it Magic Nuggets at 9 o'clock that night? Maybe. Friday, December 19th. 7 o'clock on Prime Video, Sixers Knicks. That's a playoff rematch from 2 years ago. And then 9:30 on Prime Video is Thunder T-Wolves. Western Finals rematch. Saturday, December 20th. This is where I think we're going to have an ABC game. We'll find out. Because usually the last Saturday before Christmas, there usually is one. Rockets Nuggets at 5 o'clock is a good game, by the way, that day. That could have been a good ABC game. Then Lakers Clippers is that night, surprisingly not on national TV. Sunday, December 21st. Heat Knicks is that night at 6. And that's probably the best game on the board. Bucks T-Wolves is pretty good too. So it's a tie there for best game. 2 NBA title contenders against 2 maybes. Meaning, like, title contender against maybe, title contender against maybe. So December 22nd, 7 o'clock on Peacock, Hornets Cavaliers. The other game on Peacock is Grizzlies Thunder at 9:30. Magic Warriors, I think, could have been in Peacock, but they picked the playoff rematch instead. Tuesday, December 23rd, almost everybody plays that day. 2 days before Christmas. See if anybody's on national TV. Yeah, NBC Peacock, Nuggets Mavs. So Cooper Flag against Nikola Jokic. But really, the game that they should have picked for Peacock, Knicks T-Wolves, that got robbed. I mean, I know T-Wolves at Knicks is on ESPN earlier in the year, but that matchup deserves to be on national TV twice. Those 2 teams were both in the conference finals last year. Come on. Thunder Spurs is a good game, too. You could argue that for the Peacock as well. I'm sorry, for NBC. Well, it's both, actually. In 11 o'clock Peacock, NBC is Rockets Clippers. So that's KD against the Clippers and Kawhi and Harden. All right, Christmas Day. We already talked about this. We'll talk about it again. Every game on ABC and ESPN. At noon is Cavs Knicks. 2:30 Spurs Thunder. 5 o'clock's Mavs Warriors. 8 o'clock is Rockets Lakers, so it's KD at LeBron. And then 10:30's T-Wolves Nuggets. It's a good slate. I just don't think the Mavs should be playing on Christmas. That's all. That's my biggest issue. I think that they had to put somebody in Boston's spot, obviously, because of no Tatum. If Tatum is there, that's probably Boston in that spot. And the funny thing is that there's only 2 East teams on Christmas, and it's the 2 that are contenders. Friday, December 26th, Heat Hawks could be good. Prime Video Celtics Pacers, the sad bowl, I'm going to call it, because of they're the 2 teams with injured stars. Bucks Grizzlies is that night at 8. Also on Prime Video that night, 10 o'clock, Clippers Blazers. Saturday, December 27th, Nuggets Magic at 7 o'clock could be good. 8 o'clock's Knicks Hawks. The Knicks are always in like Orlando, Atlanta, that area around New Year's. New Orleans. I feel like they always play at the Pelicans on New Year's Eve every year. Cavs Rockets at 8. Sunday, December 28th. 3:30 Sixers Thunder. Monday, December 29th. Is there a Peacock game? No, I guess because of Christmas. That's the Christmas week, or maybe Peacock has the NFL. Who knows? So Nuggets Heat is 7:30. Yeah, here we go. Peacock and NBC, Cavs Spurs. Wait, on a Monday? Yeah, that's interesting. But that's a good game, though. And 11 o'clock on Peacock and NBC's Mavs Blazers. The Blazers are getting a lot of respect now that Damian Lillard's back on that team. I think they're getting a little too much respect. And also Tuesday, December 30th, Peacock and NBC at 8 o'clock, Sixers Grizzlies. And then the other game is Kings at the Clippers. Aren't you surprised that it's not Detroit Lakers? That's weird. New Year's Eve. 3 o'clock is T-Wolves Hawks. That's a good game. Curry's home in Charlotte at 1 o'clock that day. The Knicks are at San Antonio. So I always said they're always like doing the Texas Triangle or in Florida or New Orleans on New Year's, I feel like every year. And no games are on national TV on New Year's Eve because it's New Year's Eve. And the college football playoff. Rockets Nets on New Year's, so that's the Durant back in Brooklyn. That's a 6 o'clock game on New Year's Day. Sixers Mavs at 8:30. Friday, January 2nd, I think this is when the national TV games kind of... Let's see if Amazon repicks up their package here. Nuggets Cavs 7:30. Yeah, Prime Video, Hawks Knicks. The other game on Prime Video, 10 o'clock, is Thunder Warriors. That's a good one. Saturday, January 3rd, there's the NFL games that day. 7:30 that night's Philly Knicks. 8:30 is Rockets Mavs, so KD against Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis. Sunday, January 4th. So 2 o'clock's Pistons Cavs. That's a good one. 8 o'clock Thunder at the Suns. That's weird. Memphis is at the Lakers twice within a short period. Monday, January 5th on Peacock, 7 o'clock, Knicks Pistons. $8:30 on Peacock's Nuggets 76ers. And then 10 o'clock on Peacock is Warriors Clips. That's weird. So it's regional coverage. That's very interesting. It's kind of like football style. Tuesday, January 6th, that's the NBC game. Heat Timberwolves. And at 11 o'clock is Mavs Kings. Wednesday, January 7th, ESPN will have Lakers Spurs. So that's LeBron and Luka at Wemby. Clippers Knicks is that night too. That's also a decent game. And then 10 o'clock ESPN's Bucks Warriors. That's blast from the past. Thursday, January 8th. Best game on the board. Cavs Timberwolves, easy. Friday, January 9th. Who is Amazon? Nobody. That's weird. There's something going on then on Amazon that night. Notable games are Sixers, Magic at 7. Hawks, Nuggets at 9. $10:30 Bucks, Lakers. Oh, Saturday, January 10th, a matinee on Prime. Timberwolves, Cavs. 7:30 Clippers, Pistons. That's a good one. Sunday, January 11th. That's week 18 of the NFL. Heat, Thunder at 7. Spurs, Timberwolves is also really good. That's probably the better game of the two. And 8 o'clock's Bucks, Nuggets. That's Giannis against Jokic. 8:30 Hawks, Warriors. All right, Monday, January 12th. That's a Peacock. 7:30 Celtics, Pacers. Then the other Peacock game is Lakers, Kings. Tuesday, January 13th. 8 o'clock on NBC's T-Wolves, Bucks. That's a good one. I guarantee you it's Knicks against somebody at 11 because I know the Knicks are on the West Coast this week as I'm looking at the schedule. And am I right? No. Blazers, Warriors. The Blazers are getting too much respect. Like, Damian Lillard is past his prime. Come on. Maybe people think they're going to be good. I know I heard cases for them to be good, but the West is too good. I mean, somebody has to be bad. And Spurs Thunder's a good game. That probably should have been on Peacock. Wednesday, January 14th, ESPN 7 o'clock is Cavs Sixers. And 9:30 is Nuggets Mavs. That's Jokic against AD and Cooper Flag. So from Berlin, Tuesday, January 15th on Prime, Grizzlies Magic. 7:30 Celtics Heat. That's kind of a blast from a past game. So Amazon's getting Thursdays after football. So that's how it looks. Thunder Rockets is a good game because that's the title winners against Durant and the Rockets. And then 10 o'clock is Knicks Warriors. So there's a Knicks on the West Coast game. Friday, January 16th, 7 o'clock ESPN is Bulls Nets. So ESPN gets Fridays after football. So Amazon had Fridays early. And maybe ESPN has college football. That's probably why they probably are airing college football or college basketball on Friday. College football probably because now that season would be over by then. Yup, that makes the most sense. They probably have college football on Fridays now, which is good. Because they used to be stuck on ESPN2 on Friday nights. And I think they want to compete against Fox, who has Friday night games too. And NBC, I think. Bulls Nets is ESPN Friday night at 7. Cavs Sixers is a better game. Why isn't that on ESPN? 9:30 is T-Wolves Rockets. That's a good one. All right, Saturday, January 17th. Who's in Saturday prime time? There is one that week. Nope. But then what's the best game on board? So the 24th is the first one. Celtics Hawks is a decent game. Thunder Heat. T-Wolves Spurs. That's the game I like the most. Sunday, January 18th, 12 o'clock on Prime Video from London. Magic Grizzlies. The rest of the schedule is blah. And that's probably the best game, too, that day. Martin Luther King Day. That's a holiday, so that's a big NBA day, so I'm going to list all the games. 1 o'clock on Peacock is Bucks-Hawks. The Hawks always get a home game on Martin Luther King Day. 2 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. Or 2:30. Thunder Cavs, good game. 3 o'clock's Clippers Wizards. 5 o'clock on Peacock and NBC is Mavs Knicks, so AD and Cooper Flag at MSG against Brunson and the Knicks. 7 o'clock is Pacers Sixers. 7:30 Suns Nets. 8 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Celtics Pistons. 8 o'clock is also Jazz Spurs. 10 o'clock's Heat Warriors. Tuesday, January 20th, so I wonder if Peacock and NBC are going to have back-to-back. Yup. 8 o'clock, Spurs Rockets, good game. Wemby against KD. And at 10 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Lakers Nuggets. So they pushed back from the 11 to 10. It should be 10:30. Or you push the Rockets game back to 7:30. But that's weird. That's 8 and 10. 7 o'clock on ESPN, Wednesday, January 21st, Cavs Hornets. Hawks Grizzlies is that day at 8. 9:30 ESPN Thunder Bucks. Thursday, January 22nd, who's on Amazon. Oh, Rockets Sixers is that night at 7. Prime Video, 7:30 Warriors Mavs. 10 o'clock is Lakers Clippers. Friday, January 21st or 23rd, Prime Video, 7 o'clock, Rockets Pistons. So Amazon has it that night, though. But what would be on ESPN that night? College basketball, maybe? X Games? Is that the X Games weekend or is that the next weekend? And then 9:30 on Prime Video is Pacers Thunder. Saturday, January 21st, here's at ABC, 3 o'clock, Knicks Sixers. 5:30 on ABC, Warriors Timberwolves, that's a good one. And Saturday, prime time, Luka Doncic back in Dallas, Lakers Mavs. Cavs Magic's a good game, by the way, got thrown into the schedule that night. Sunday the 25th, is there an ABC game usually Sundays at that point too? No, I don't see one. Maybe ESPN later. 7 o'clock that night's Mavs Bucks. And then Monday, January 26th, Peacock is Magic Cavs. 8 o'clock Peacock is Blazers Celtics. 9:30 Peacock's Warriors T-Wolves. January 27th, NBC Peacock, Bucks Sixers. 10:30 or 10 o'clock NBC Peacock, Jazz hosting the Clippers. That's weird that the Jazz got one of those games. January 28th, 7 o'clock, ESPN, Lakers Cavs, so LeBron back in Cleveland. And then 9:30 on ESPN is Spurs Rockets, so Wemby at Durant. Thursday, January 29th, 7 o'clock Prime Video, Bucks Wizards. And then 9:30 on Prime Video is Thunder T-Wolves. Friday, January 30th, ESPN 7:30, Grizzlies Pelicans. That's a mega game. Jog and Zion. 10 o'clock ESPN, Clippers Nuggets. That's a good one. January 31st, 3 o'clock on Prime Video, Spurs Hornets. Saturday primetime, 8:30 on ABC, Mavs Rockets. So Cooper Flag and Anthony Davis against Kevin Durant and the Rockets. Sunday, February 1st, 3:30 ESPN, Bucks Celtics. Magic Spurs is 4 o'clock that day. That's a good one. Ooh, 7 o'clock on Sunday nighter on NBC and Peacock. This is a good one. Lakers Knicks. That's usually on Saturday primetime. Breen gets that game every year. And I think the Knicks lost to the Lakers the last 2 years on Saturday primetime. And then 9:30 on NBC and Peacock is Thunder Nuggets. That's a good one. Playoff rematch. Monday, February 2nd, Peacock, 7 o'clock, Rockets Pacers. And 9:30 on Peacock is T-Wolves Grizzlies. So I wonder if Sunday night after the Super Bowl is going to be NBC Peacock in primetime. There's a lot more national games this year that I could remember any other year. Tuesday, February 3rd, speaking of NBC Peacock, 8 o'clock, Celtics Mavs. Finals rematch from 2 years ago. And then 11 o'clock is Suns Blazers. 7 o'clock on ESPN Wednesday, February 4th, Nuggets Knicks. So Jokic against Brunson. And then 9:30 ESPN is Thunder Spurs. Celtics Rockets is that night too, by the way. And then Thursday, February 5th, 7:30 Prime Video, Bulls Raptors. That's a Blah East game. And then 7 o'clock on Prime Video, Sixers Lakers from LA. Friday, February 6th is Heat Celtics at 7:30. Prime Video is Knicks Pistons. 10 o'clock on Prime Video is Clippers Kings. So that's the Friday before the Super Bowl. That's probably why ESPN doesn't have a game. They're probably airing like the NFL Honors or something like that. Saturday matinee game on February 7th on ABC, Rockets Thunder. So KD in Oklahoma City again. 6 o'clock on Prime Video is Mavs Spurs. Oh, here we go. 8:30 ABC, Warriors Lakers. Yay, nepotism towards stars. So it's opening night on ABC. The same two matches in the same two spots as opening night. So that's weird. On Super Bowl Sunday, 12:30 on ABC is Knicks Celtics. 3 o'clock on ESPN is Clippers T-Wolves. On Super Bowl Sunday, Monday, February 9th, on Peacock 7:30, Bucks Magic. And then 10 o'clock is Thunder Lakers. Tuesday, February 10th. No NBC Peacock, so that means that's probably moving to Sundays. Or a different day during the week now that football's done. Wednesday, February 11th, 7 o'clock or 7:30 on ESPN. Knicks Sixers. So Knicks Sixers twice in a short span. And then Thunder at the Suns is 9 o'clock that night. 10 o'clock ESPN's Grizzlies Nuggets. So Ja against Jokic. Spurs Warriors is that night. That's a good one. That's Wembanyama against Curry. Thursday, February 12th on Prime Video, Bucks Thunder. Oh, and that makes sense that they take over Thursdays because they carry football on Thursday nights. And then 10 o'clock on Prime Video is Mavs Lakers. So, AD back in LA. And then Thursday, February 19th, so that after the All-Star break, they come back. Amazon that night, 7:30 is Pistons Knicks. So that's a round one rematch. And then 10 o'clock on Prime Video, Celtics Warriors. Finals rematch from a few years ago. Friday, February 20th. 7:30 ESPN Mavs T-Wolves. And then 10 o'clock is Clippers Lakers on ESPN. Saturday, February 21st. Saturday prime time. Rockets Knicks, KD and at MSG. That's a good one. Any other games around? And all the other games are kind of meh. But Rockets Knicks is a great game. And then Sunday, February 2nd, 1 o'clock on ABC is Cavs Thunder. Is there a 3:30 ABC? Yup, Nuggets Warriors. That's also a good one. Mike Breen's probably going to be at Knicks. Come on. Like I say, ESPN and ABC give them nepotism. And then 6:30 on NBC Peacock is Celtics Lakers. So Amazon has one and NBC has the other. So who would have thunk that ABC didn't get Celtics Lakers? I think they didn't pick it because of Tatum being out. You notice that the teams, like the Celtics, are on NBC more than ESPN. Like, ESPN's getting the better games, and rightfully so. Mike Breen deserves the best games, with the best teams. And then that's the only NBC Peacock game that night. Maybe that's the night of the Oscars. Monday, February 23rd, 7 o'clock on Peacock, Spurs Pistons. That's a good game. 9:30 on Peacock, Jazz Rockets. Tuesday, February 24th, NBC Peacock, 8 o'clock, Knicks Cavs. That's the third time those two teams play. So this time the Cavs are home. And that's a really good game. And 11 o'clock on NBC is the T-Wolves and the Blazers. Wednesday, February 25th, 7:30 on ESPN, Warriors Grizzlies. So Ja against Steph. And 10 o'clock ESPN Celtics Nuggets. That's a good one. Thursday, February 26th, 7:30 on Prime Video, Rockets Magic. That's a really good game. And then T-Wolves Clippers is at 10. Friday, February 27th, 7 o'clock on ESPN, Cavs Pistons. Good division game. 9:30 ESPN Nuggets Thunder. That's a really good game. Saturday, February 28th, 3 o'clock on Prime Video is Rockets Heat. And in Saturday primetime, yet again, nepotism towards aging stars, Lakers Warriors. Sunday, March 1st, 1 o'clock ABC, Spurs Knicks, so Wemby at the Garden, rematch of Christmas last year. 3:30 on ABC's T-Wolves Nuggets. T-Wolves Nuggets is the best game of those three ABC games. That's where Mike Breen should be. 8 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Thunder Mavs. Monday, March 2nd, Peacock 7:30, Celtics Bucks. 10 o'clock on Peacock, Clippers Warriors. 8 o'clock on NBC Peacock is Spurs Sixers. And then 11 o'clock on Peacock NBC is Suns Kings. Wednesday, March 4th, 7 o'clock, ESPN Thunder Knicks, so the champs at the Knicks. 9:30 ESPN Hawks Bucks. Thursday, March 5th on Amazon, 7:30 Warriors Rockets. 10 o'clock on Prime, Lakers Nuggets. Friday, ESPN 7 o'clock Mavs Celtics. And then 10 o'clock or 9:30 ESPN Clippers Spurs. Knicks Nuggets is that night. That's a little disrespectful that that's not on TV. We can't have every great game on TV. Saturday, March 7th, 3 o'clock on Prime Video, Magic T-Wolves. Saturday primetime on ABC, Warriors Thunder. That's a good one. And Sunday, March 8th, 1 o'clock on ABC, Boston Cleveland. 3:30 ABC, Knicks Lakers. That's probably where Breen's going to be because they probably want him to do that game. It's Knicks against LeBron and Luka. 8 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Rockets Spurs. March 9th on Peacock, 7:30, Nuggets Thunder. And then 10 o'clock on Peacock's Knicks Clippers. Tuesday, March 10th, 8 o'clock Peacock, NBC, Mavs Hawks. But yeah, Knicks on the West Coast makes sense that week because college basketball. The Big East tournament's at MSG. 11 o'clock, Peacock and NBC, T-Wolves Lakers. That's a good one. March 11th, 7:30 ESPN Cavs Magic. That's a really good game in the East. 10 o'clock ESPN Rockets Nuggets. March 12th, Thursday on Prime Video, Sixers Pistons. And then 9:30 Prime Video, Celtics OKC. Friday, March 13th, 7:30 on Prime Video, Knicks Pacers. So they get that game because ESPN is the ACC tournament and the Big 12 tournament. And then Prime Video, 10 o'clock, Timberwolves Warriors. Saturday, March 14th, 3 o'clock on Prime Video, Bucks Hawks. 8:30 NBC Saturday primetime, Nuggets Lakers. That's a good one. 10:30 on ESPN, Kings Clippers. 1 o'clock Sunday, March 15th on ABC, T-Wolves Thunder. 3:30 ABC. Oh, there's no 3:30 game. That's weird. I think they had the ESPN game instead. Oh, here's a good one on Peacock on Sunday night. Warriors Knicks from MSG. So Curry at the Garden. That's a good one for NBC. March 16th, 7 o'clock on Peacock, Magic Hawks. 8 o'clock on Peacock, Suns Celtics. 9 o'clock on Peacock, Lakers Rockets. Tuesday, March 17th, 8 o'clock on Peacock and NBC, Cavs Bucks. And 11 o'clock Peacock, NBC, Spurs Kings. 7 o'clock ESPN, Wednesday, March 18th, Warriors Celtics, old finals rematch. Knicks Grizzlies is that night. Hawks Mavs is that night. 9:30 ESPN, Lakers Rockets, so LeBron KD. Thursday, March 19th, that's probably an Amazon night. No. Oh, maybe they didn't want to go against the NCAA tournament. Lakers Heats that night. Friday, March 20th. No national games that night either. Hawks Rockets is a good one. Saturday, March 21st. Lakers Magic, 7 o'clock that night. Clippers Mavs is that night too. Sunday, March 22nd. 8 o'clock on NBC Peacock, T-Wolves Celtics. That would have been a great game if Tatum was healthy. March 23rd, 7 o'clock Peacock, Grizzlies Hawks. 9:30 on Peacock, Warriors Mavs. So Clay against his old team. Tuesday, March 24th. 8 o'clock on Peacock, NBC, Magic Cavs. And 11 o'clock is Nuggets Suns. Wednesday, March 25th. 7 o'clock ESPN, Hawks Pistons. That's a good one for the East. 9:30 ESPN, Rockets T-Wolves. Thursday, March 26th. No Amazon. March 27th. Hawks Celtics is that night, 7:30. Heat Cavs is 7:30 also. Saturday, March 28th, 3 o'clock on Prime Video, Spurs Bucks. No Saturday primetime because that's the Elite Eight. Sunday, March 29th. Let's see if NBC has a game. Yep, 7:30, Knicks OKC. And 10 o'clock is Warriors Nuggets. So good doubleheader there. Peacock, March 30th, 7 o'clock, Sixers Heat. 9:30 Peacock is Pistons Thunder. Decent game. 31st of March, 8 o'clock on NBC Peacock, Knicks Rockets. 11 o'clock Peacock, NBC Blazers Clippers. Wednesday, April 1st, 7:30 ESPN Hawks Magic. 10 o'clock is Spurs Warriors. Thursday, April 2nd, 7:30 Prime Video, Lakers Thunder. 10 o'clock Prime Video, Cavs Warriors. Friday, April 3rd. No ESPN games. Maybe that's MLB opening day, maybe? Or no, that's the 2nd. April 2nd is probably opening day, MLB. But the MLB schedule for next year isn't out yet. That'll come out in September. That usually gets announced in September, but nobody looks at it a lot. And honestly, that the MLB schedule shouldn't come out until after free agency and the draft, like the other sports. But I think that's when they pick the national games, like after the fact. Saturday, April 4th, 3 o'clock Prime Video, Spurs Nuggets. Sunday, April 5th. 7:30 Peacock, NBC, Lakers Mavs. So Luka in Dallas. 10 o'clock on NBC. Rockets, Golden State. April 6th, 7 o'clock on Peacock, Knicks, Hawks. Tuesday, April 7th. Peacock, NBC, 8 o'clock. T-Wolves, Pacers. And 11 o'clock Peacock, NBC is Rockets, Suns. So KD and Phoenix. Wednesday, April 8th. 7:30 ESPN, Bucks, Pistons. 10 o'clock is Thunder, Clippers. Thursday, April 9th, 7:30 Prime Video, Celtics, Knicks. And then 10 o'clock is Lakers, Warriors. Friday, April 10th, 7:30 Prime Video, Cavs, Hawks. And then 10 o'clock is Thunder, Nuggets. And then Sunday, April 12th, the last day of the regular season. Every game's at either 6 or 8:30, but I'll talk about them only because it's the last day. 6 o'clock, Magic, Celtics, Wizards, Cavs, Pistons, Pacers, Heat hosting the Hawks, Hornets, Knicks, Bucks, Sixers, Nets, Raptors, 8:30 Bulls, Mavs, Grizz, Rockets, Pelicans, T-Wolves, Suns, Thunder, Nuggets, Spurs, Jazz, Lakers, Warriors, Clippers, Kings, Blazers. So most likely to be for playing spots and whatnot. Pistons, I don't know if the Pacers are a playoff team. Hawks, Heat could be like for a playing spot or a playoff spot. Bucks, Sixers, if both those teams flop. And then on the other side, Bulls, Dallas could be like a double play, one for the East, one for the West. Clippers, Warriors could be like for positioning too, like one to the play and the other in the top 6. So there you have it for the 2025-26 NBA schedule release show. And I love looking back at these years from now and reacting to the schedules. That's just fun. Hope you guys have a great night and weekend.